Man, y'all already know what type time it is. Scram'N and T presents Scram'N to the Top podcast. Gon' run it up. We out here. 100.
Man, what's good, my G?
What's good, my boy?
I'm glad you finally came up here.
It was only right, man.
How you been?
Man, I've been living life, man. I've been lovely, man. Just trying to take care of everything they be taking care of, handle the business, man. Keep moving.
Already, man. For the ones out there that don't know what you do, which a lot of people do, but for the ones that don't, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Man, it's a lot to myself, man, but I'll tell them a little bit, man. If you didn't know, I started out as Young Philly, made a name for myself as Young Philly. Then I, transitioned, felt like I got a little older, changed the name, went to Fonzie. And from there it was music, videography, ghostwriting, whatever you wanted, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want, I'm doing it.
So, what started you like rapping? Like, what was the thing that clicked in your head? Like, man, I'm finna do this. Like, on him.
I think it was literally like, we hear our favorite rappers, and when you first start off, you start idolizing those rappers, want to be like those rappers as a young kid, and you kind of mold their style into your own style till you develop like who you are, and that's what really got me rapping, man, is hearing people like Cassidy, DMX, Jay-Z, and stuff like that.
True. Man, I had Coco up here. We talked a little bit about Badlands, well, still remember Badlands when it first came out.
Man,
But
classic.
when you me and JD's shit, when you dropped your solo joint, dang, what was it?
The first one?
Yeah, and my favorite one you had freestyle on it was TV shows.
Yeah. Philly's Finest.
Yeah, Philly's Finest.
Philly's Finest,
That
yeah.
TV show was goddamn crazy.
Man, it was a song about nothing but TV shows. It was a long scheme, but it was TV shows put together, like using all of the names.
That shit was
It's crazy you even remember that. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, I took a look.
That's crazy. Like,
We'll be uptown. I need to go play that shit before we dip.
mm-hmm.
I'm like, man.
Man, that's love, dog. That's crazy. Big salute on that, man. Badlands was something different, man.
I'm telling you.
Badlands was something else, man. Especially when you think about like the DVD and everybody else that like went around like Smack.
Yeah.
Like I went from uptown, downtown, wherever, and whoever was doing something. I even went to High Point. Like I went to niggas in High Point. They was doing something. I said, let me come out there and see what y'all doing. Like anybody that was doing something was on the DVD. If you wasn't on the DVD, you probably wasn't doing too much.
I think that's how people really knew. Well, really got acquainted to me spitting was the first time I was on your DVD.
You know what? You're not the first to say that either.
That's
because
crazy.
we was all so young at that time.
Yeah.
And for people that wasn't like back then, if you was gonna put some shit out, it wasn't like you just throw it online. Like you had to have a CD, you had to be pushing this, that, and the third. That DVD was like a straight, direct push. Like these people rap, see what they doing. You know what I'm saying? So it gave a lot of people a chance to like just get their shit even started or be like, oh, he rap.
Exactly.
And that's what it was for, man. Of course it was for Badlands, but it could have just been Badlands. I say that all the time. I was like, a lot of people be like, yeah, why you didn't just put Badlands on there? Because I wanted to put the city on. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody else to get some shine too. So that's what it was.
So, hey, how did you start? Like, you went crazy on the radio when they had the battle of the man, you went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I think you went about undefeated.
Yeah, I won the whole thing.
Yeah.
I won the whole
It
thing.
went crazy. How did you get involved with that? Like, how did you get on there?
I had a manager named Von Pope from New York. I don't talk to him no more, but that's him out there. I had a manager named Von Pope, and he saw what I was doing in Lexington, and Waleed Coyote at the radio station, which I knew Waleed, but I didn't know him like that. and Wale had told him about me. So I guess he had heard like the buzz that was growing in Lexington, and he hit me up. He had my number and hit me up out of nowhere. He was just like, yeah, this young Philly, and I think I'm like 21 at this time, 2021. He was like, this young Philly. I was like, yeah. I'm like, what's up? He was like, yeah, I want to be a manager. I was like, who are you? I was like, I don't know you. So we met up, this, that, and the third, and you know, he sold dreams that he couldn't fulfill, but at the same time, he did get me on 102 Jams. And so when he did get me up there, and from there it was downhill for everybody else. Because once I got up there, I just went crazy. I read shop. I had to go, and it was one of the most challenging things I ever had to do, especially battle rap.
Word up.
Yeah, because I had to battle 2 to 3 times a week, and I had to have 2 rounds for everybody. And if you lose, you go home. You don't come back no more. And I had to do that for 13 weeks. So I had to go undefeated for 13 weeks and have 4 to 6 rounds every week. Like, and then I lived in Lexington, so I'm driving. It don't come on till 11:30,
True.
12 at night. So I'm leaving out the crib 11:30, 12 at night, driving to Greensboro, rapping, then coming back on the road home just so I can hear people tell me they was listening to it. That shit was crazy.
Oh yeah, niggas are tuned in. Niggas. Everybody was definitely tuned. I'm like, he on here eating. I'm like,
yeah, I had to battle some niggas from the VEG too.
that shit.
That's
That's crazy. Like I ain't saying it like that. Like I only remember you on there battling something. I don't remember who else was on the VEG that did it. Like
I know Mario Click came up there, Bino came up there, and I think they're the only 2 that's from the VEG that I had to battle. But yeah, they came up there. Shout out to them.
Badlands versus Beat Down.
Shout out to them, man.
Yeah, I ain't, man, see that was something in my head. I'm just like, damn, I don't want to go up there, but you know, back then it was just nigga on some street shit, but that right there just gave me the vision. I'm like, bro, this nigga going ham.
That was challenging.
But that made niggas want to spit though, like, this nigga on there. I'm like, that made niggas want to like, damn, we can get on there and spit. Like, that made niggas like, but that's motivation, you feel me?
Real shit. And on some real shit, that showed me how much support I really had in the VEG, you know what I'm saying? To be able to be up there and to hear people calling up and just, I knew a lot of the people that called up, and I didn't know some of the people that called up to the radio station, but we could hear the people calling up and saying the votes and saying, I got Young Philly, this, that, and the third. And also, I heard some people that was hating a lot. They don't even know I know, but they call up and they say, yo, this so, yo, you're Philly Black. I got the other dude. And I know exactly who it is because you done said your name and I know their voice. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I saw a lot of and got a lot of support from people from the VEG. And that shit was super dope. It definitely showed me how much the city was like fucking with me, and that's why I had never. That's a big reason why anything I've done since then, I never stopped yelling the VEG ever.
Indeed. So when after that you started like transitioning to music, like I don't know, like was you always with like AOG or was that like way after?
I'm gonna tell you, when it was Badlands, but after Badlands, it was a record label called Something Talk About Record Label. It was Ricochet's record label, and I was thinking about, and then I ended up signing a deal with her, but she wasn't trying to take all the Badlands. She wasn't trying to take all the Badlands because I wanted to bring the whole squad with me.
Yeah.
But she was like, I'll sign you, but I can't sign all of them. And so that I'm not gonna hold you, like it kind of caused a little rift back then because a lot of people in Badlands didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was looking at it like, okay, I'm gonna get my foot in the door and I'm just bringing niggas with me. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. I wasn't even at that label long because the business wasn't right. And I ended up getting out of that. But that was the whole move as far as that went. But after that, I started battling on the radio. And I want to say about my second or third week, Ricky Ruckus had called me, and he was like, yo, I see what you're doing up there. And I was like, who this? And he was like, Ricky Ruckus. And I was like, I ain't gonna hold you no shade, because that's my boy 1,000. I was like, who's Ricky Ruckus? And he was like, yeah, the Sasha song. And I was like, oh, yeah, I know who you are, what's up? And he was like, yeah, we watching you. We see what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing, AOG. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, this my number, da-da-da-da. I'm like, all right, cool. And then a couple weeks after that, I kept going, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, you ought to come record with me, da-da-da-da. And I went and recorded with him. I recorded my own projects out of there, and then he was like, how you feel about being AOG, this, that, and the third, what do you do? And I was like, I'm rocking with it. Like, definitely fucking with it. But at no time did I ever stop, in my life, stop being Badlands.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't. That's the crazy part about it. A lot of people over the years have said, like, I had left Badlands, so I was like hopping around and this, that, and the third. How do you leave something you started? I never understood that. Like, you can't, it's just impossible. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people was like, yo, you left Badlands. I'm like, you mess with, I heard like you went AOG and you stopped messing with Badlands. Do you know Badlands was created up here? Like, I can't do that. It's impossible. But like, yeah, that's how it happened.
Man. And that dude, you know, you already know how side talk go, man.
Mm-hmm.
But they let you know like how many people they got their eyes on you. Like, even if it's positive or negative, like,
yeah,
you still watching me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and that creates revenue either way it go.
true indeed. So, did it ever get to a point where deals was like coming at you?
Well, I want to say like that was Lunch Money. When I was with Lunch Money, that's when I first got to Greensboro. I started rocking with two other guys. Shout out to G Wiz, shout out to Ralphie London. I started rocking with them, and they was rocking with each other. And they had actually the crazy shit. They had actually seen me on the tops on MySpace, and I was like number 5 and number 6 on MySpace. And they had sent me a message. It was like, yo, we want to do a feature with you, and I want you to hop on it. And they was just two, like they was a little duo type thing. I was like, all right, yeah. So you know, they paid me money. And when I came out, recorded it, this, that, and the third. I kept rocking with them because I felt like they was cool. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, yo, we trying to like be a group type shit. And I'm like, all right, yeah. Like, if you want to like start something, get it moving, this, that, and the third. Whatever. So we started like our own little group and started pushing from there. And at first we was like called the Block Stars. And then, you might not know that, like, I don't think nobody really know that shit, but we started out as the Block Stars, and then we went from the Block Stars, we changed our name to Lunch Money because we got with Showdown Beats, which was at 102 Jams. He became our manager, and he did all our beats and everything. And once the ball got rolling with Lunch Money, and we started like getting songs on the radio and like getting some real notoriety and all of that, then we started pushing and traveling and getting recognition and looks from different labels. And I think our first and biggest one was the trip where we went to New York, and we was actually getting a deal from FUBU.
Word up.
Yeah, but they was trying to start a music. They were trying to start a music label, and they wanted us to be a part of the artist development and be artists, and they wanted to like brand as far as like being in like magazines and stuff like that. So they wanted us to. They were going to like try to come back with the clothes, and we did like it was crazy. It was the first like even label experience I ever had, because it was like they had us trying on clothes and was like, yo, what's your size? They had stylists in there got the tape measures out, like doing this, that, and the third. And then I think his name was Keith Perry. He was like the executive of all of that, and he was just, you see the lavish. It's downtown New York, you know what I'm saying? You see all of the lavish things going around in the office space, this, that, and the third. People flying by you crazy, doing their own thing business-wise, and it's like, yo, it's a whole different world. So when we was introduced to that, after that, man, we just start getting offers and offers and offers, and it's a sad thing that the lunch money thing didn't work out because it was rolling crazy. But you know, that was the biggest time of me like seeing labels and stuff like that.
So when it came to them, like manager wise, like what works like for you, and what do you look for when
Far as a manager,
yeah.
Far as a manager, when I wanted a manager, because the times have changed so much.
You can do a lot of stuff on your own.
You can do a lot of stuff on your own, and to have a manager without having a huge following to the point where you can't manage it no more, or you can't manage your business, that's when you need a manager. But at the time where I felt like was lunch money. So outside of that, I didn't feel like I needed a manager, and we had a manager, and I would basically say to people that do have that following, or even do want a manager and they don't got a huge following, and you just want a manager and you want just things to be handled because you can't handle them, I would just say make sure all of their background and credentials, and they have like a lengthy rap sheet far as what they've done and a plan of how they're going to do it, and it's not on the fly. Because a lot of managers, it seems like a lot of things on the fly. They don't have a layout for you on how you're going to do everything as far as, okay, you're going to drop your song this way, you're going to have a layout this way, okay, we're going to go to radios this way, okay, we're going to hit this city, this city, this city, tour this way, tour this way, tour this way, okay, we got to get you some open mics, we got to make sure that you hear it, here. I low-key could be a manager for real, because of the experience. Like, I done experienced so much, I could really manage a nigga, but I ain't got time for that. But if you don't got a layout and know exactly, if they don't know exactly what's happening 2 steps ahead before you can even say, what we doing, that ain't the manager for you. That's not a manager. So that's what I would say. If you want a manager, or if you think about having a manager.
So, what as far as the music, like we know you still dropping projects. Fire.
I appreciate it. Big salute, bro.
So as far as the music,
You
like
too.
Appreciate it. Well, as far as everything, like what do you see yourself doing now? Like we know you doing videos, like everything.